Woke up, it's a beautiful day. Got a fresh pair of J's and I'm out to get paid. Came from the bottom, gotta find a new way. And I think it's gonna start today. Hey, when life get crazy and shit be going wrong, I take the time out to put words.
So we have a WBO welterweight title fight this weekend between Timothy Bradley and Juan Manuel Marquez. I think this is going to be a solid fight. It's going to have some real good entertaining moments and have that sort of high speed chess match feel to it. You know, you have two good boxers, elite level boxers in my opinion, both coming off nice entertaining wins. Bradley with Provodnikov in a Fight of the Year candidate, and Marquez coming off the sensational knockout of Manny Pacquiao last year. Now this is the thing, this is a big fight, no doubt. I don't believe it's a pay-per-view worthy type of fight, but it's a big solid fight, and I think both guys are really going to go in there and do their thing. Now, just to break down how I really look at this fight and just the possible potential strategies you might see in this matchup, I got three things Bradley I think should do or stay away from. First off is, I don't believe he should get into a brawl, and if he does, he needs to limit exchanges. The reason why I believe that is because his bad punching technique and how he leaves himself vulnerable. You saw that in the Provodnikov fight a lot actually, and you seen in the 24/7, which has been pretty good actually with Nacho Bernstein. He made a comment of Bradley panicking, which is true to an extent, because when you hurt Bradley or you make him go to war with you, he starts flailing his arms, his chin is up. Even though Bradley had a concussion, I believe, during those moments, it's still a bad habit. You know, you shouldn't just expose yourself like that against a guy who's a murderous puncher. Now, I don't think Marquez is a bigger puncher than Provodnikov, but he's up there. But the thing is, he's a better boxer than Provodnikov, so he'll really take advantage of that. Because when Bradley starts flailing his arms around, he's not really turning his fist over. He doesn't have his chin tucked. You know, he's all wide open for you. A guy like Marquez, who's a sharpshooter, all he has to do is just fire right hands or left hands straight down the middle and connect, and he could really do some damage. So Bradley needs to stay away from these big exchanges and panicking and just fighting off the ropes and just throwing a bunch of punches. He needs to really calm himself down whenever he gets hurt, or you see that Marquez is deciding to really press the action. Number two, you gotta use the ring. Now, just to go back on part number one real quick, we also don't know how much punch resistance that Timothy Bradley lost from fighting punchers in his last fight with Provodnikov as well as Manny Pacquiao. So that's another reason he don't need to get into a brawl. So back to number two, use the ring. He made the fight with Provodnikov a lot tougher than it needed to be by exchanging a lot and going to war, having that warrior, you know, that Gotti mentality, and almost got him fucked up in that fight. And it did to an extent, because when he had a concussion, he was slurring his words. You know, use the ring. Timothy Bradley is showing that he could box on the back foot and he could circle the ring and pop out jabs and go to the body. He has a real good arsenal. So use the ring. You know, use the ring to your advantage. Don't stand in front of Marquez trying to go to war with dude. Now, number three is watch for traps. In a way, he has to follow his game plan, but he can't be reckless. You know, when you see Marquez is really trying to set you up for something, you know, you start flailing around and you're not doing what you're supposed to be, or you push Marquez back a little too much, or you attack him too aggressively. You know, Marquez is sizing you up all the time. You know, he's looking to nail an uppercut or a counter left hook or a counter right hand. You saw him do that with guys like Pacquiao or Juan Diaz. So you always have to be aware of what you're doing with Marquez. You just can't start approaching him any damn way you want to. Now, for his Marquez, I feel there's only a few things he really needs to just make sure he does in this fight. You know, he's the more skilled fighter, more experienced. He's a Hall of Famer, no doubt. I believe he needs to show the ability to cut off the ring and do it effectively against Bradley. Because when Bradley's, you get in a fight with Bradley, he's either gonna come forward at you and pressure you, but if you put that heat on him, he's gonna use the ring, and you gotta be able to cut it off, stop all that movement. If Bradley's going to the left, meet him there, cut him off. Use the left hand to the body, throw the right to the body. Just cut the fucking ring off on dude. That's what you just have to do to limit Bradley's mobility. Make him fight you. Now the thing is with number 2 is the beef first. See, if Marquez sets a good pace, he's either gonna create a bad situation for Bradley, meaning that he's either gonna have to really be on the back foot, allowing Marquez to dictate the action and cut the ring off, or he's gonna force Bradley to answer everything he does, meaning more exchanges where Marquez has the advantage because he's the better, sharper puncher, where he sees the shit that Bradley's doing. When Bradley's wide open, he can nail him straight down the middle. He could set up those traps that we talked about Bradley having to watch out for. So at the end of the day, this is a good fight. It could really go either way if both guys fight to their maximum capability. I know Bradley's younger. He could use the ring. He showed he could be a finesse boxer when he has to be. But I think the fights with Pacquiao and Provodnikov really took their toll on him. And I think once Marquez gets in that zone and starts hitting him with some clean shots, that we're going to see, Bradley. We're going to see these effects on Bradley. So I'm really picking Marquez to win a late knockout. I think they're going to be at each other's throats throughout the fight. And I think Marquez is just going to gradually wear Bradley down. And he's going to do the things that Provodnikov and Manny failed to do, which was apply that consistent heat. Not allowing Bradley to fight back or evade too much, because Bradley was able to do that against Pacquiao to an extent, as well as Provodnikov. I think Marquez will look at those fights and see that, I got Bradley hurt, I got him going, I need to step on the gas and take him out of there. And I really see him doing that. So Marquez by late knockout. Swag Science.